Welcome, friends. It is I, your Scarf, and it's time for the Sunday vlog. And there's not a lot to talk about right now. Let's see here. Okay, so first up, thank you to Scarf Computer for their donation, and also thank you to Chin. Chin has donated Child of Light to us, and we'll see something about that in the future. They've also donated some money to us as well, so thank you to Chin as well. Thank you, everybody. So in the background is going to be a Poseidon game here. It's as you can see, it's a pretty short one. It's mostly just seeing how to play Poseidon aggressively, I think. There are things I could have done better, as you'll see in this. Like, I don't have any wards. I just rely on knowing where the hell the jungler is. I do a good job of knowing when he's coming, and I do alright there. If I didn't know when he was coming, this aggressiveness would get me killed, and luckily it didn't happen in this one. But you'll see examples of where I could have done things better. Like the Poseidon combo, I'm still not that good at it. You'll see me missing crucial shots, but still do alright with it. And that's really what's important about all these videos, is not just seeing where things go right, but seeing where things go wrong and learning from that. And despite the fact I played for a year, you see a lot of mistakes I make that I could be doing better on, and hopefully I will in the future. And that's really the thing I've come to realize for these videos, is I don't talk enough about what can be learned from the mistakes. I just talk about what goes right a lot, and I try to do that a little bit more in a future video. So we're going to have an assault, a siege, and a conquest coming up to Wednesday. We'll have a backup video for Thursday at some point. If they don't patch on Wednesday, I don't know if they're going to patch yet, but for the assault, it's, it's just the back and forth of assault there. Pretty good match going on there. Very tough fight, if I remember correctly. The siege was also pretty tough, and so was the conk. These are all closely contested games here. Pretty exciting in that way, how close they were. But for the conk, we dropped the ball a lot in that game. It's a very long match, and the reason why it's so long is because my team makes so many crucial mistakes, and the other team makes a couple mistakes as well, and that's why it goes so long. And so we see a lot of mistakes on both sides, which caused the match to go longer, and the reason why neither side really wins it anytime early on. And that's something that I don't point out enough, is just crucial mistakes as a team, and not really getting the flow right. And we'll see that a lot in the conk game, where I'll say some of them where we don't have any vision of the fire giant, and because of that we pay for that, and that's bad on us. And even when it's obvious, when there's no one around, where it's obvious they've got to be at the Fire Giant or the Gold Fury, we don't go there until after it's already been taken. And those are crucial mistakes that I pointed out, and those are ones that I should point out more in the future. It's just those things like that. Also pointing out when I mess up my combos and stuff like that. Also the thing is, it's easier to be critical of my own stuff than anything else, because I actually see what I've done. So I might be too hard on myself when I'm doing things, but it's the best way I can convey what's done wrong. So with the Sun Wukong game, the conk game is going to be Sun Wukong support. And I do a lot of things right, and I do a lot of things wrong. And so I tried to point out all my mistakes, and I do try to point out other people's mistakes, but it can look a little too, I don't know, BME if I point out other people's mistakes. But you have to point out other people's mistakes so that people watching can learn, is the thing. So it's this hard balance of things. And that's really all you can do with that, is just got to keep pointing things out. I do still point things out to my teammates, and that's not, and sometimes a little too aggressive for sure, but I gotta point out, else we're gonna keep doing it. And despite me pointing things out, we still did it, so that wasn't good anyway. But there's plenty of mistakes I made in the Sun Wukong conk, and I put it out there at the end to say what I could have done better in that game, because I know I could have done things better. But there's always those instances where you realize yourself, or maybe you won't, and you need someone else to point out the mistakes and what you did and this and that. Like, I don't know if I built Sun Wukong the best. I probably did alright with that build. I don't think I did his combos that great. I didn't put up his levels the correct order, and stuff like that. And just in other examples, you'll see in this Poseidon game examples of, you'll see me in a bad position, and then I'll move back because I realize I'm in a bad position, and that could have gone disastrous, but luckily I realized it soon enough. Now, in another iteration of that game, I probably would have stayed too deep and would have gotten caught. Luckily, I'm showing some sense in the mid that I should have backed off, and I did, and I backed off at the right time. As you'll see, Loki does show up whenever I back up, so I do it right. And that's without wards. So with wards, I probably would have been better. But I just like to not go with wards just so I can get my build as soon as possible. But it's better safe than sorry with wards, and I need to learn to do that. You'll see when I do the big Whirlpool combo with the Kraken, or the Quacken, I tend to miss the title surge. That's the wave he throws forward. I tend to miss that thing. That's very crucial, because sometimes that's the way you finish someone off. So I need to work on aiming that, and just paying attention to people getting popped up and then catching them right after. And one good practice for that, honestly, is Sobek's Tail Whip into his pull combo. Luckily, I've been getting better at that. The other thing you can think about is, you want to get better at one god, if you do well with another god, there's a way to translate that over. And Sobek's Tail Whip into his pull is one example of that, where you can try to time those together, is because If you land the Kraken, it's a pop-up like Sobek's Tail Whip, and then you can time where you land your title surge just like Sobek's Pull. You can do that for some sort of practice there. So if you're good with Sobek, you can try to think of that over, crossover to Poseidon, do well with that. Another example I've given is Rod, Naya, and Arachne. Naya has 3 freaking skill shots, and they all have different times and speed on them, but if you learn how to aim them well, it will help you with Ra's ult because of the timing on that Ra ult there that goes through walls, and also it helps you with Arachne's ult because it goes through walls as well, and there's different timing on that as well. But if you're able to adjust to all these different timings, you can do really well with them because you just learn how to aim those shots. That's really why I think Naya is a great trainer for skill shots, because they have 3 skill shots. So get good with Naya, and you should do better with Arachne and Ra. Stuff like that. Certain things, of course, you cannot really learn as well. Like, there's no real way to learn to do better on, I don't know, what can I think of? Probably Osiris' ult, because his ult's basically a leap like a bunch of other gods, and you usually say that for escapes more than attacks. You can use them for attacks, but not a lot of people have practice in using them aggressively. They use them more defensively, so using Osiris' ult offensively is not as easy to aim as a lot of other things, just because of the timing on that and everything, I think. Just think about how you can cross-train from one god to another by doing similar skills and translating that over to learn to do better in the game. I think one of my weaknesses is because I play every god. I'm not great with any god. Arachne's always been my best god, we know that. But she's fallen off so hard lately, so it's not so good for her. Ra's always a good god for me because just that landing those ults, I feel so proud when I land those ults. And I land a good number of those ults. I get at least above 50% accuracy, and that's pretty good there. And that fills me with pride when I land those things. So yeah, there's just where you can cross-train on the thing. And I don't know, maybe I'm being too critical in my videos and not having enough fun. Probably, I don't know. I wonder about that. We've been where we've been for the last 5 months. We've been at the same position this whole time. We do get boosts when we did the Zhangque guide and we do funny videos and stuff like that. So we do get boosts from that, and we're helping the community. That's what's important. But I know we could be doing better. Well, I could be doing better in general and just having more fun and making it more interesting. I don't know. It's a tough balance to do, which is being entertaining, but also having an entertaining match, and having an interesting match, and there's a difference between entertaining and interesting. And I'm trying to find that balance there, and it's really impossible to find that balance considering you can't really control that. Well, you can control some of it. I can control how much fun I'm having, how critical I am, how entertaining I am, but I can't control the game itself. I can't control whether we have a run over or a close match or a close loss or a huge loss. I can't control any of that. We have a variety of games, but sometimes they're just not that fun, even though they're long and close, just because of just what's going on in them. And yeah. The Sun Wukong game is more of an interesting game. It's entertaining in the intense fights that happen, and there's good merit to that, but I don't know. We've always been all over the place, and we still are. Like, the Nuon game is more of it's a nail-biter, but a lot of fun in there. The Siege game's nail-biter, but a lot of fun in there. The Sun Wukong game it's something else. It's an interesting game there. There's a lot of intense fighting going on in that game. But I'm doing a lot more critiquing in that one because Conquest is the one where everyone wants to learn more. So I'm doing a lot of critiquing, most of all in Conquest games. Like, I can have more fun in Arena. Well, I'm losing some of the fun in Arena because of the strategy that is in Arena. But I can have more fun in the other modes because they have less things to really need to learn, sort of in a way, because Conquest is the one that everyone takes so seriously. And so I try to be critical in the Conquest games most of all. So I don't know. I'm a little all over the place on my thoughts on all this. We'll see how things go in the future with what's going on. Streaming has been hit or miss for sure, as always. We lost every single game one night, then we win most of our games another night, or we just have a mix. We've had those win streak nights, though, as well. We've had the nights where we won 8 or 9 games in a row, which was awesome. We've had that at least once or twice, which was pretty cool. So there's always a mix. You can't control what you get. You have to play and just do well and just try to put the percentages up by playing well. Of course, because I play every god, there's always a chance of me just doing poorly, or my team is doing poorly, or whatever. Those are the ones that hurt the most, though, is when your teammates just do things that are just, oh my god, why? And all you can see is see the mistakes, and it really hurts, and you go, well, crap. Just crap. Well, crap. What can you do? You know those games. And you see it every game. I don't know. You see every game. You see people going in too deep. You see people overextended and getting annoyed with teammates for not coming to gank when the enemy's in the tower. You can't really gank that. or just them just yelling that they wanted ganks, but you never have an opportunity to gank because either it's warded, or they're always in too deep, or something ridiculous that really there's nothing you could have really done. Sometimes there are times when you could have done something, so you should help out with that, but there are times when there's absolutely nothing you could have done for your teammates. And they're mad at you, and you're like, it was obvious. What you did was wrong. But I'm the one you think is wrong, and it's no. Or they're not even talking to me. They're talking to another team. I go, it was obvious this guy's in the wrong. He needs to shape up, or we're going to lose this match. And you see that nearly every game. And it's like, hey, is that the dirge? Is that the word? Not the dirge. Not the dirge of it all? What's the word? Forget it. I'm trying to use a word. I don't even remember how it works. But you just see the depth of how it's probably always the same problem over and over again. Because you don't really, unless you're doing 5-man pre-mates, you don't really choose your teammates, you know? And you never know if they're going to be good or bad, and you always remember the bad ones, always. And not really the good ones, which is too bad. But that's just what happens over and over and over again. So sometimes the streams wear me down just because I either see people just play poorly over and over and over again, and I'm powerless to do anything with that. There's nothing I can do about that. And I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going. I think I'm just venting my frustrations with how things go in the game. Let's get on a lighter note. Siege mode! That freaking voice in Siege mode! What the hell is that? Somebody tell... Is that actually a guy at Hi-Rez, or is that like a Microsoft voice thing? If it's a guy at Hi-Rez, big apologies that I hate your voice so much. If it's a Microsoft thing, big apologies to that program that I hate it so much. But that voice is what the hell. That is a heck of a voice. Alright, let's see what else. So streaming, we're doing a lot of streams. In June, everything changes. We're going to be streaming earlier in the day because I'm going to have night school from 6 to 9 p.m. So streams will be more in the afternoon. So if you could only watch at night, I'm sorry that we're changing it up. Hopefully I'll watch the recordings, I don't know, but we have to change it up just because of how life is. Life does that, and that's what's going to happen so we're going to try to maintain the schedule, but in a different time slot just because, well, school. There's still a chance of weekend surprise streams or just morning surprise streams because I don't have a job yet. I'm going to try to do a morning job while having night school, but doing the channel in the middle in the afternoon. So hopefully that can all happen. We will see, but that is my hope. And just hopefully we're able to still do things. I really hope so because it's a lot of fun hanging out with everybody. We reached the Patreon goal of 50, which allows us to do AAA games. I already have a AAA game in mind. And we'll see what we do with the AAA. It's going to come up, and that should be awesome there. We're thinking of adding another Patreon goal, and that is a Mumble Server. About a 20-man person Mumble Server. This is something I thought about yesterday, and that is a Mumble Server for people to hang out with me or just chat up with each other or with me when I'm not working on anything, and we can also use it for more talky games in Smite if we want. Ones where I'm not recording, so we just talk and coordinate better so we can get a little bit better on that. We can do that as well in stream. But really, just a place for people to connect with me when I'm not working on something. So you can ask questions or just talk a little bit while I'm working on whatever. Or when I'm working on something that doesn't require me to not talk, which is editing then. When I'm editing, it's a good time to hang out with me then. Or when I'm posting up advertisements or stuff like that. That would be what the Mumble's for. And I feel like that's be a good thing there. Also for the community just to talk to each other. That's the idea there. 25 is modest size. I think it's a good size for us though, because we're not that big. In the future, as we get bigger, we have to grow the Mumble server bigger and such and so forth, and give it more rooms for people to hang out in, separate rooms for people to hang out and talk to each other, and stuff like that. So I want to add a Patreon goal for the Mumble server because that does cost money there, and we'll see where we put the goal for that as well, as we reach things in the Patreon to, well, do things. Let's see what else is there. As always, we're doing one-shots, the Sunday special of Metros Please. So much fun doing Metros Please. It's a shame not a lot of people like it because it's my favorite work we're working on right now. It's really funny. We just make so many good jokes in there, and it just cracks me and Jinx up so much. And hopefully it picks up at some point. We got to advertise it more on like Reddit. We've already advertised it towards the developers of the game, so they've already done their retweets and stuff about it. So now it's just more advertising of that game. It's just a great game. And hopefully we can get more people to watch it, because it's just too fun not to watch. So I hope more people will get to watch it eventually. And, oh yeah, I forgot about this. Okay, from the 23rd to the 26th, Memorial Day, I will be gone because I got to help my sister move out of her apartment in Arizona. It's going to be like 105 degrees out there. I'm going to melt and I'm going to cry like a little baby in the heat. Because that is hot as hell. So I gotta help her move out of her apartment. Because she's gonna go, she's gonna do some work. She's gonna do some work somewhere abroad for a couple months. And then she's gonna move back into Arizona. So I gotta help her move back in a couple months again. But she needs help, so that's why I'm gonna be gone for the weekend to help her with that. So it's a long drive to get over there. It's gonna be hot as balls, but we got to go do that. So there's that. So I'm not going to be around. I'm working on the content ahead of time to make sure that we don't get behind on that. So Jinx can work on that. So thank you to Jinx on working on that. And I think that's everything. I vented a little bit about things and what's coming up. Yeah, I think that's everything. As always, thank you to everyone for watching the videos and watching this video, for liking, disliking, whatever your opinions are. Just thank you for being around. That's what's important, is people being around and taking in the content that we make, and hopefully also spreading the content that we make. The more people see it, the better. Last bit of news is we are working on the jungle update right now, and I am still putting the finishing touches on the mid-guide script. After the mid-guide script is done, we'll probably... Well, while Jinx is working that, I'll probably work on the script for support, and then finally the Hunter Guide, which I don't know how big that'll be, considering Junkway did cover a lot. As much as you want to fight that, Junkway did cover a lot about what a Hunter does. But that's the order of the scripts I'm trying to work on, and maybe we'll do some comedy stuff in between or after all those guides, I don't know. But the guides are very important just because it helps people get better at the game. And that's what it's always been about at the end of the day, is we want to get bigger and more entertaining, more popular, so we can help more people. And so these guides do that. These guides help people get better at the game. We want people to be better at things so they can enjoy them more. That's really what's important there. I think I'm getting close to the end of the video, or I'm already over the video. It was a short one, as you saw, because, well, we kind of ran them the hell over. But there's a lot of mistakes I made that could have been done better. That's something to keep in mind there, is the mistakes. Just how to be perfect. Not there yet. Work on to get there. But, I lost my train of the guides. Yeah, we're working on those, comedy stuff, this and that. So, always room to get better. We know that. We know damn well there's always room to get better. We can't rest on our laurels. We just got to keep pushing and getting better. Metros Please allows us to get really funny. We're doing really good writing and comedy there. And trying to translate that over into Smite to be more on the fly, funny and stuff like that. And just be more entertaining, be more interesting, and this and that. We've definitely gotten better over time. And we just got to keep pushing it and get even better and better as we go. And so we can become the best around. Nobody ever keep us down. But that is it for the stream. That's it for the vlog. Thank you once again to everybody. Thank you to Jinx. Thank you to the viewers. Just thank you in general. I really enjoy this a lot, and it can't be done without y'all watching. So thank you to everybody. That is the vlog. I had fun. Hope you for watching, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.